Bud Light, ladies and gentlemen. Should I play the Dylan thing for you again?
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us.
Or the marketing executive that was too cool for school.
And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light.
I hate to pick on Harvard, unnecessarily so, but the marketing executive, she went to Harvard. The CEO of Anheuser-Busch went to Harvard. And the marketing director, the guy who was like above the woman that said, oh, it's just too fratty. I'm not sure that he went to Harvard, but I can tell you, he's out of a job right now. News recently that the head of marketing at Anheuser-Busch has quietly gone away. Spend more time with the family, that kind of thing. Anheuser-Busch, which has just suffered tremendously, because somebody thought it would be a bright idea to completely remake the brand that happened to be the number one best-selling beer in America. Oh, because at Harvard, they don't really like those fratty guys. They need to remake this and make it new and improved for the next generation, except that, you can't ignore the people that brought you to the dance. And I'm not just talking ignore. You can't piss off, right? The people that brought you to the dance. And that's what Anheuser-Busch remarkably did.
On day 365 of being a woman. I mean, we are in a Coen Brothers movie. This is a Mike Judge movie.
So now the marketing executive that somehow was okay with some of these influencers that put that woman into her spot, he is now gone. Interesting. And, it's like the story you've never heard of. His name is Pinot Garb. He joined the company in 2021, so that was brief. And he's resigning at the end of this year in order to, quote, embark on a new chapter in his career. Brandon Whitworth is the CEO, another Harvard guy. He said, and I quote, these senior leadership changes will accelerate our return to growth as we continue to focus on what we do best, brewing great beer for everyone and earning our place in moments that matter. Can you just make a good beer and try and sell it to the audience that wants it? Right? I mean, it's not that hard. It's amazing when you look at how much money this company wiped out. You look at the stock price and it's just stunning to see how something can just sort of be eviscerated overnight. Now, other companies haven't had this challenge. Nike, for example, hasn't, even though they hired the same influencer. You just haven't seen this as much. I mean, Disney's certainly had some challenges, and Disney's up against it in ways that make it really doubtful that the company's really, I don't know if Disney can pull it together. I mean, Nelson Peltz is out there trying to strong arm his way into the board and trying to force some change. They did hire the Pepsi CFO to try and get a hold of the books because, hey, when you're spending $330 million reportedly on a woke Snow White that's not going to get to first base and actually has to be taken off the agenda. I mean, it's been postponed indefinitely, I guess, at this point. I mean, you spend that kind of money on something that nobody really wants to see and they're already angry about. Good luck, Disney. I mean, this is, you can learn something here from Anheuser-Busch, can you not? Which would be understand your audience, know your audience, respect your audience. And while you may try and change your product along the way, you really can't just slam it in the face, which is what they effectively did to the people that had been drinking them historically. I was amazed. So many of you actually wrote these tremendous stories to me. There was books. I got paragraphs from you in some of the comments. And you're like, I remember the first time I ever had my first Bud or my first Bud Light. And all of you can kind of remember, it's very, very Americana. And yet they threw it all away. They threw it all away. Why? For wokeism.